All right, today's a little follow-up video about my Contender. I had a viewer ask me a question about the firing pin and the hammer. So I'm going to explain the difference between the two Contenders I own and how I switch between center fire and rim fire. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is prove that the guns are open and empty. This one's a 22 rim fire. It's empty. My second Contender is also empty. It's a 7mm International. This is my first Contender I bought when I turned 21. Has a very low serial number. So on this Contender right now is a 22 long rifle barrel. With this 22 long rifle barrel, I could shoot 22 shorts, 22 longs, and also 22 long rifle. Have a little cheapo red dot on it, some Pachmayr grips, and original wood. So the question was, when I was making a video explaining the difference between my guns, I mentioned that to shoot the rimfire, you have to turn the hammer 180 degrees. Now, what I meant by that is not the hammer spur, but internal. There's a device inside that you rotate 180 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that device. It's set up right now for rimfire. And the way Contender gets away with it is there's two firing pins. There's an upper firing pin and a lower firing pin. And by rotating this device inside the hammer, it would determine if it's going to hit up or down. So right now this model is set for rimfire, so that means it's going to hit the upper firing pin. So let's take a closer look at it so you'll understand and other people will understand what I meant. So I'm going to go ahead and cock it. And I'm going to rotate the hammer back. And you're going to look right here and you'll see a circle with a split in it. That split is where you stick a screwdriver to rotate 180 degrees. Right here. As you can see, it's got a little shiny spot and it has a slot. So to shoot rimfire, you just rotate that 180 degrees. So let's take a look at the dual firing pin. If you tilt it, you'll see there's two firing pins right there. I'll try to get a better camera angle. Right there. You have an upper firing pin and a lower firing pin. As you can see, the upper will be rimfire, the lower will be center fire. So when I mentioned to rotate 180 degrees, I wasn't talking about this part. I was talking about this little disc inside here. So this is only in the older models of Gen 1. And as you can see, my model is pretty old. I'm going to give you an idea how old it is. So that's set up for rimfire. Now I'm going to show you the other one. It's a newer design. It makes it a lot simpler than just flipping the 180 degrees. So let's go ahead and get this off. The second Contender is more of a modern version. Has a different setup. As you can see right here, he has a key. And you would flip the key to safe, fire rimfire, safe, fire center fire. And the firing pin rotates, not the firing pin, the hammer pin rotates right inside there. And by rotating, it gives you ability to shoot rimfire or center fire. It also has two firing pins like the yellow one. It's just more of a modern setup. It puts a safety up here in case you want to carry the gun with the hammer down. You can put it in safe mode. And there is also a red dot that you could see when you're ready to fire. So it's red when it's going to fire right here. Safe. And fire on the other side. And you can see on this model it has a C for center, R for rim. The earlier Contenders didn't have that. So let's go ahead and close this off. So if you don't own a Contender, I would recommend purchasing one. Thompson Center Fire is back in business, and it just gives you such a great weapon. It's so much fun. Center fire, rim fire, shotgun, large caliber, small caliber, all in a nice hunting pistol. Old style firing hammer, semi-modern, and they even changed it since then. This is a Gen 1. This is Gen 1 also with a safety. Then they have a G2, Gen 2. Then they went to the Encore. If I had to purchase another one, I would give me a Gen 2. They're reinforced. They're really nice guns. But I don't. Right now, I can't find a Gen 2 in California. So I'm stuck with two Gen 1s, and I make them work. So hope you enjoy. See you later.